Hey, it's Clay, and welcome to the Follow Through, where we talk business, your business. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern, we're live on Facebook, and you can also catch every episode on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. All right, let's get right into it. Enjoy the show. So, I hope everyone out there had a great Thanksgiving. I did myself, feeling a little still stuffed, but have the day to get a little recovery going on here. Not feel so stuffed. Get my body moving today instead of sitting around eating all day. It was a good day. So if you're joining me here, just taking a little bit to make sure I am in my satellite studio. If you could just drop a quick comment in there, let me know that you can hear me, everything's working okay. That'd be awesome. I'd really appreciate it. I can see a couple people coming on here. How was your Thanksgiving? Did you eat a lot? How you feeling today? Hey, Jesse. Did you have a good day yesterday, man? So you had some people in town there. Awesome. Can you hear me all right? Awesome. I had a great day too. We were at my in-laws and had a bunch of family over. It was really nice day. We went for a little walk. Got really chilly here in Jersey yesterday. It was really warm the past couple of days, and now all of a sudden super chilly outside. So all right, well, I'm gonna dive into today's quick topic, and really this topic is taking what may feel like chaos and how do we reel that chaos in and make our get down the path or start down the path of creating a business that doesn't feel so chaotic and doesn't feel so hard. Because I know at times your business is going to feel hard because you have so many things going on. And oh, snowstorm. Nice. It's crazy. It seems a little early to have a snowstorm, but I think you're in Michigan though, Jesse. So really in our businesses, we have so many things going on, or we're hit with so many things over and over again that our business seems at times super hard. And there's literally one thing that you can start doing and start implementing in your business that's going to help you turn chaos into a system and a simple flow. Not really simple, because it's not always simple, but into a flow that's going to help you be consistent. And look, service business owners, even any type of business, we don't necessarily burn out from all of the work that we're doing. We're really burning out because there might be so much friction in many of the things that we're doing. We're constantly reacting in a business, and you feel like every day is super chaotic, right? Everything is unpredictable, and it just seems like so much at times. And sometimes it's not like that, but other times it just feels like there's so much going on and you just can't reel it all in. And really at the end of the day, in your business and what you're doing, it all comes down to being intentionally consistent. Being consistent in everything you do, from the time someone calls you and a lead comes in until they're a customer and even beyond. So incorporating intentional consistency into every single thing you do in your company. Hey, good morning, Ian. Into every single thing Every single process, single thing you do within your company is going to create a smoother flow, not only for you, but for your clients and everybody around. And it's going to bring some predictability into your business. Everything in your business is not predictable. Things are going to happen, but if you can turn and create intentional consistency within your company, it's going to allow you to breathe. It's going to allow you to not feel overwhelmed. And in our companies, and again, I focus and really love helping service companies, but every company is really pretty similar. We all are running our business. We're reacting to many things. Leads are coming in. The phones are ringing. You might have emails coming in. People are contacting you in so many different ways these days. It's not just a phone call anymore. They're calling you. They're texting you. They're emailing you. Maybe you have 6 emails that you have that people have out there, or 2 different phone numbers, and they're calling 2 different phone numbers, texting 3 different phone numbers, emailing you in all different ways. And it's crazy because you have to try and figure out, maybe someone calls you and you're like, oh geez, I don't even remember where they called me from. I don't remember their name. I don't remember their phone number. So it can get super frustrating at times because maybe you wrote that person down in a notebook or whatever. There's no consistency as to when someone calls you and how you document that person, because you have a lot going on. You pick up the phone, you take care of it, you hang up, and then hours later you're like, oh man, what did Mrs. Jones say to me, or what did Mr. Jones say to me? What do I need to do? You have follow-ups. You have to remember, and maybe they're only happening when you remember to do them instead of being on a consistent flow to get those follow-ups done. Maybe you're doing and remembering everything manually in your head, right? Maybe there's no system that you have in place to document when that lead comes in, because they're coming in from so many different channels and communication channels that you need to create a way to bring those people into your flow, into your process, so that you don't forget about them. And it's really not even just about leads, but it's about existing customers. Maybe an existing customer has something that they need done, or they have a question and they call and reach out, and you see it, but maybe you're in the middle of something, so now you need to go back to it, and you're trying to remember all of this in your head. Another thing that happens quite a bit in your company to create an intentional consistency with is if your customers are asking you for updates before you're letting them know those updates. That is one of the signs of having kind of a not intentional consistency. And so a lot of this is about communication too. So bringing intentional consistency into your communications is going to drastically improve any chaos that you may have in your company. And maybe you're putting fires out all day, and that is because of, again, communication. And it may be communication between you and your client, but this could also be communication between you and your team. So maybe something happens and the communication wasn't there between you and your team, or your team back to you, or between you and a lead, or you and a client. So again, intentional consistency in everything that you do in your company. And you may also feel like you're constantly feeling behind. You're having to catch up. You're having to go through your emails. You're having to go through your text messages to see what you forgot, see what you need to do next. So for the few of you that are on here, and thank you for joining me, I truly appreciate it. Does any of this sound familiar? Like, does any of this chaos sound like you? Because I know for me, I have definitely been in this place. I've definitely been in this place where so much stuff is coming in, and I just don't even know where to start. I don't know where to go. And you wake up in the morning, or you wake up in the middle of the night, and you're just like, I forgot to do A, B, or C. And now you got to try to remember where that person reached out to you or what happened. So how do you change all of this? How do you change this chaos? How do you help turn your company around so that it doesn't feel so crazy? And it's about creating processes, creating consistency in your flows, and ultimately everything you do has a start and a finish. And while that start and finish may not be perfect, and it probably won't be perfect the first time you do it, the first time you lay it out, it's about creating it though and following it on a consistent basis. And there's so many facets to a company and so many processes to create. I was hoping, and I want to kind of help you today on this Black Friday, right after we ate tons of food yesterday. I would love to help you start and create a top of funnel for your communication funnel. How does that sound? You guys want to get some ideas as to how you can take all of this communication chaos and bring it into one place so that you're not going from one email to another email to another email, and maybe your text messages trying to find them buried. Like, one way that you can take these communication channels and then filter them down and funnel them down into one place. So I'm going to share with you a super, super easy way to take all of these phone calls and all of these first contacts and even your existing client communications and bring them into one place, so you have one place to go and look and see where all of these clients are, and look and see what you need to do, what's next, who you need to call, and what you need to do. And while today it's going to be really top of funnel and not super, super long, but it's going to give you an idea of where to start. And then you can bring that funnel down so that you can create that intentional consistency within your lead flow. And you can even pass this on to an existing client or an existing client calling for something and needing something. So let me show you how you can start doing this. So no matter what, that first message, that first line of communication, it's going to be chaotic because, again, and I keep saying this over and over and over again, but I hear it from so many people that I talk to that they just can't remember where that person called from. Or maybe they're out in the field again, like I said, or they're in the office in the middle of something. Someone calls, someone communicates, they say, yes, we can do that, or yes, I'll get back to you. And then they forget. And it's because you're in the middle of something. And I get it. We all do it. We have so many things going on. And nowadays you have Facebook Messenger happening. You have text messages happening. Instagrams, if you're on Instagram. You have email, your website. People are leaving voicemails. Maybe they're leaving Google messages. You have your personal page that people are maybe reaching out to. Maybe you have a personal phone number that you started giving out. Now they're calling that, texting that. They're doing the same thing with your business line. So it's never going to stop. And people are going to reach out to you the last way that they reach out to you and the fastest and first way that they found you, right? So instead of answering that phone call and then trying to remember or writing it into a notepad, we all have something. And most of us, I should say most of us, if you have a website, you have this one tool that you can use on a consistent basis as your notepad. And it's your lead form, your contact form. We all have a contact form. If you have a website, you have a contact form on your website. And what you can do here is take every lead, every phone call that comes in, and maybe you need to create another little quick form just for you. But if you can create a digital form or just use your existing one for now, and you can start doing this today and channel everybody and use that form to push everyone to that form, and or you utilize that form as your digital notepad. Because what happens with that? When you use that form is digitally documenting that phone call. And typically, and it should be going to your email. Or maybe it's going to a web page that you log into and you can look at it and see what it is. Ultimately, what you really want to do is get that web form to dump it into a CRM or some kind of field service management software that you have. Ideally a CRM, because then it makes it much easier to manage. But if you're not using a CRM, at least it's dumping it into your email. And you know now someone has called you channel them to that, and you've either filled it out for them or they filled it out for you. And now you have a digital record of every single person that has contacted you over time. And instead of having to go to your text message or go to your email or go to Facebook or whatever method of communication they reach out to you with, you can go right to your email and you can see everyone that's called you for that day. You can see then who you need to follow up with, who you need to call at what needs to happen next. And you can even just create a spreadsheet from that. And one thing I do when we onboard somebody and get somebody going is this is really just huge, is you changing your voicemail. Hey, good morning, Bob. Good morning, Paul. You change your voicemail. So our voicemails and many voicemails that I see is, hey, thanks for calling, blah, 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 whatever. Can't come to the phone right now or whatever. Please leave a message and we'll get back to you later. Everybody knows that they need to leave a message on a voicemail. So get ready to write this down, or when we get off here, shoot me a DM or whatever. I'll actually copy and paste it to you. Change your email to say this. And you're going to only want to change your email to say this if you have a website, right? And you have that contact form on there. So make sure you have a contact form that they can fill out. So this is what you're going to say in your voicemail. Super simple. Thanks for reaching out to ABC Company. To help you as quickly as possible, head to abccompany.com, click that Get Started button in the top right-hand corner, and fill out our short form. This gets us everything we need to move forward right away. We'll connect with you soon. Have an awesome day. That now is you are channeling them to the way you want them to get you their information. It doesn't mean everybody's going to do this, but quite a few people will actually do it because they know that they're going to get an answer and you're asking them to please do it. So you can do it on your voicemail, change your voicemail to something like that. And even if someone calls, if they're calling you and you're in the middle of something, you can do one of two things. Fill the form out for them. Say, hey, listen, Mrs. Jones, I'm going to fill this quick form out for you. Just so you know, you're going to get a quick email saying we got your information. I fill this form out so that I can make sure I have a record and we make sure that we follow up with you and get back to you in a timely manner. And just to let you know, you're going to get a quick email letting you know that we got your information. So would you mind providing me that information? Is it okay? Mrs. Jones, would it be okay if I gather some information from you? You're going to get a quick email stating that we got your information and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. And now you have a digital record of that person's information and you have somewhere to go because it's in your email. You can actually also do something very similar to this in your email. You can create an email autoresponder with a message similar to that. So if someone reaches out to you, they get the autoresponder to please push them to push them to your contact form. And again, you're getting digital records of all of this information. So your voicemail is pushing them to them. If someone emails you, it's pushing it to your contact form. And now if they call you, you're pushing them and you can't answer the phone. You're pushing them to the contact form. If they text you, you can actually create a quick text template to text them back really quick to have them do that as well. And really all we're doing is creating a funnel. So we're taking all of these things that are coming in and then we're squeezing it so that it's going down the path you want it to go down instead of it constantly staying at the top of the funnel in this big mess of all of these things coming in. So start it today. You're going to see a huge difference in the way you're able to manage all your phone calls and all of your leads. And clearly you have this funnel now, so it's going to start squeezing and there's more to the funnel. Now you got to figure out what your next step is and just document your next step. Say someone comes in, my form gets filled out, I fill it out, I get them to fill it out, and then after that, what needs to happen next? And then your funnel keeps going and going and going. And now you start doing this, you start creating intentional consistency in your communication. And this is how everything works. Everything in your company has a process, whether it be invoicing, your admin work, your lead management, your follow-ups. It all starts at the top. Everything comes in, and now you got to decide where it needs to go. So something happens, what happens every single time that particular thing happens. In this case, someone calls, the form gets filled out, and we push them to that form. That form gets filled out. Now what happens next? And you just document everything as you go. So you've created this flow. Your job, you created this flow. They respond. Then what happens? And as you keep going and building these out, everything will get easier and easier and easier. And everybody will go through the same process to make sure that all of these things are happening. So start doing this today. Get yourself your form, maybe create another form that you need maybe you need a different form for yourself to intake your clients, but start squeezing your communication channels. And I think you're going to see a huge difference in how you're able to manage that. And you're not going to feel so stressed out trying to figure out where every single lead is coming in to your company, and then start going from there and building out where the top of your funnel is and then where they need to go. So create intentional consistency, create a process, and start with your communication process. So thank you so much for joining me this morning. I hope you all learned a little bit something. And if you want a copy of that voicemail, and it changed my life, changing that one voicemail changed my life, because instead of them leaving a message, and some people will leave messages, they might leave a message and then all of a sudden, boom, you see your forms coming in. And now you have a way to follow up with them, and you have a digital record instead of all your sticky notes and all your maybe you have 10 notepads or whatever, right? All your sticky notes, your notepad, or you're trying to remember where they communicated with you. So thanks again. I appreciate you joining me here. I will see you Monday, hopefully. See you Monday, and we're going to start something called the Invisible Time and Money Leaks. And what I'm going to do is just concentrate on one facet of your business and how you can start fixing that and start implementing more of these top of funnels. We'll get top of funnels, and then you know what you're doing. We all know what we're doing. We all know what our process looks like. We just don't have it written down. And instead of going in a straight line, we're kind of going like this all over the place. So we can start getting a straight line, even though you have to maybe curve off sometimes. You're going to have a way that everything happens. So have a great rest of your day. Enjoy Black Friday. I appreciate you joining me here. And I'll see you Monday, 9 a.m. Thanks a lot, and have a good rest of your day. Before you go, if you want to learn more about what we're all about, head on over to KairouCX.com. You can reach out to us there, or just dig in and learn more about how we can help businesses like yours at Kairou CX. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on The Follow Through.